Probably the abuse.
Yeah.
What do you remember most about Trevor?
The main thing that I remember is the one time that he had my mom against the wall, like choking her out in the bathroom. And so I was like kicking down the door and I was like 12. And Trevor's kids all, like, they were like used to it. So they would, like, they already knew, like, when this stuff was happening, they packed up all their stuff in bags and they like had it ready to go because they like, it's happened so many times with their dad that it was normal to them. Abuse mentally affected you?
Not too sure. Maybe kind of how he treated my mom and all that, that it kind of makes, I don't know, like makes me think, like, will I ever be that bad?
What are some negative things that Trevor has said or done that you will never forget?
Probably pinned me up against walls or like said stuff to me.
Do you remember anything that he said to you?
I do.
Do you want to talk about it?
Probably not. No.
No. What are some negative things that your father has said or done that you will never forget?
Well, he told some of his friends, he just had like a kid recently, and someone said, oh, you have like 2 kids now, and he told his family that I never existed, that I was made up, and he has no relation to me. Negative things Trevor has said or done that you will never forget.
One time after school, I came home and he went into my room and like with Sharpie markers wrote pig all over everything. Or he used to be really creepy with me, and he used to be like, oh Ken, where'd your nice ass go, or where'd your like nice body go, or you're gaining weight, and that's when he called me a pig. One time his friend came over because him and his wife were fighting, so his friend had to sleep over with us at our house, and then his friend ended up coming in my room when I was like 12 and sexually assaulting me. How has being fatherless affected you today?
I would say I have a much stronger relationship with my grandpa and my uncles, and they've kind of taught me everything that a dad should, and my mom has kind of had to act like my dad. There are still some things I don't relate to when it comes to being a man, in a sense. Has Trevor affected your family?
My younger brother Chase is an addict now because he can't cope with things, so he copes with it in other ways. My mom ruins a lot of her relationships because when things get good, she just gets scared and does horrible things. Brody, he's a ball of anxiety, and anytime like a man goes by him, he's like scared that he's gonna get hit. Coped with it. Like, what have you done to help you move on from it?
Talked about it.
If you had one thing to tell kids living with an abusive dad, what would you say?
I would say try to find alternative ways of being raised, or reach out to like people.
If you had one thing to tell kids living with an abusive dad, what would you say?
Try to get out of it. Like, contact somebody.
Abusive dads, what would you say?
Know your worth. You are more than they tell you. Don't get it in your head that you're not enough.